city filled honor you cannot be hidden. So let us shine as the light of the world.
Hello, welcome to our day where potentials are unveiled. This is Teacher Hilda, and I'm here for part 2 of comparative adjectives as initially promised. If you haven't watched video 1, please go back to it, watch it, so you can come back to this and it will facilitate your understanding and make it easier for you. So let's get right to it. I promise to come back with part 2 of comparative adjectives to handle the exceptions to the rules of comparative adjectives and the spelling rules. So we'll be focusing on spelling rules and exceptions to comparative adjective rules. So let's get right to it. If you haven't watched video 1 of comparative adjectives, go back to it, watch it, then come back to this video 2, for easy understanding and comprehension. So let's get straight to the lesson. Making comparisons. Making comparisons. So, comparative adjectives, as initially talked about in video 1, one-syllable adjectives normally have ER at the end in the comparative form. One-syllable adjectives normally have comparative ending in ER. Example, old, older, cheap, cheaper. Two-syllable adjectives can have ER, especially ending in an unstressed vowel. Two-syllable adjectives can have ER, especially ending in an unstressed vowel. These are the exceptions I was talking about in video 1. If your adjective has an unstressed vowel at the end, then you will have to add ER to get the comparative form. Example, narrow, narrow. Clever, clever. You see that for clever, the verb is unstressed. The vowel at the end is unstressed. So you add ER. Okay, but for other adjectives which have stressed vowel at the end, you use more. Longer adjectives of 3 or more syllables have more in the comparative form. Adjectives of 3 or more syllables have more in the comparative form. Example, beautiful, more beautiful. Difficult, more difficult. Adjectives ending in ing, ed, ful, and less use more in the comparative form. It doesn't matter if it's 1 syllable, 2 syllables, 3 syllables, 4 syllables, or whatever. If it ends in ing, ed, ful, or less, you use more in the comparative form. Example, tired. Tired ends in ed, so we use more tired. Boring, boring. Boring ends in ing, so we use more in the comparative form, more boring. Let's get more examples. Mindful, more mindful. Mindful ends in ful, so we use more in the comparative form. Careless ends in less, so careless, more careless. Worried, more worried. Exciting, more exciting. Helpful, more helpful. fearless, more fearless. So look at the adjectives. The end in FUL, LESS, ED, ING. Okay, so if your adjective ends in these letters, you use more in the comparative form. It doesn't matter if it's one syllable adjective, two syllable adjectives, or three or four, or more. Just use more in the comparative form. So let's get to spelling tips. Spelling tips. Adjectives ending in E in the comparative form, you just add an R. Example, late, later, large, larger, white, whiter. So one vowel plus one consonant, what do? You double the consonant. Listen again. If your adjective ends in one vowel, one consonant, you double the consonant. Then add ER in the comparative. For example, big, B-I-G. You have I, which is a vowel, and G, one vowel, one consonant. So we double the G and add ER. Big, bigger. Thin, thinner. Fat, fatter. Adjectives ending in Y, as explained in video 1, you just need to take out the Y and add IER in the comparative form. Happy, happier. Lazy, lazier. So far so good. Now it's your turn. I will want you to write the comparative of these adjectives. What are the comparative form of these adjectives? So far so good. Thank you very much for watching this far. I hope you've learned something. We keep producing interesting and great videos like this to guide you in your English learning.